Alright, what is up, Multiversus people? How we doing today? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're feeling good. I'm feeling a little sick, low-key, so my voice might sound a little weird. Might do a couple sniffles. But I kind of just wanted to talk about how the Garnet buffs kind of don't seem relevant or important to me or good in any way. I mean, you know, they're buffs, so they help. Can't really complain about buffs, but are they going to make a difference in the tier list? I really don't think so, and I'll just run through it real quick. So the first buff I see, the grounded neutral attack buff. So that is your charge hand attack here. The problem with that is it's not better than side jab hand when it's uncharged, and you rarely have chances to charge this because it has no armor properties. So in reality, you're gonna hear me say this a lot in this video most likely, is that Garnet's issue is just an armor issue. I mean, she's just slow and the attacks are too slow. It's not that they needed to get rid of hitboxes. So when you're doing stuff like this, look at the trajectory. The trajectory there is aggressively to the side. That's side jab hands. So if you want to use actually neutral hands, it sends people way more upward than it does outright. And especially when it's uncharged. I mean, that's just the nature of the move. I mean, you can just look at here once again. When it's uncharged, they're not going very far at all. That's what side jab hands is looking like, and it's never charged. So in terms of actual, like, once again, this move, it can be very powerful when charged, but please tell me when when that's happening in anything besides a 2v2 that's incredibly low level. So once again, it's like they're leaning into Garnet's, like, I don't know what I would say. It was like, I would call it like her 2-year-old playstyle. It's like the idea of like, hey mommy, I landed side hands, now I keep pressing A and I'll keep doing more damage. They're like leaning into that with the buffs, and it's a little disappointing. So the other one I see, ground and up air attack, which is, this is good, like I'm not gonna lie, they get rid of, you know, remove hitboxes from hands, from grounded up air attacks, remove hitbox from hands for that and for that. Which is good. Once again, like, yeah, you want increased, like, I mean, yeah, that is good, but is it gonna make all the difference in you being able to do insane things in the fight? Absolutely not, because it's just, like, is this as good as, like, a Finn up air? I don't even want to switch to Finn, but, like, is this going to rival the power of Finn doing a down air to you when you're doing up air like that? Only because this is, and honestly, I won't lie, this is probably Garnet's best actual aerial, because it is one of the faster ones. It has like almost like no startup, and it does have a good hitbox. So honestly, this one isn't really like bad or useless, but it's not the idea of, if these hands were this far in front of you, it'd be insane. But simply because this is above you, this is really hard to take advantage of in the neutral. This is good for chase down and for not getting you like repunished. If you hit someone away and then you go to chase them with this and then they kill you with a down air. Finn has done that to me plenty of times. So I guess I won't be such a Debbie Downer on this one. I will consider this a nice like +1, and this move is just really good overall. If you get a fully charged hands, I don't care if it has a hitbox on it or not, this move has always been a monster. So it didn't really need a hitbox like removal increase or hurtbox removal, because if you ever got this off fully charged, you were smashing them to death. High P, like this move is boom, bonkers, like. But who gets fully charged smashes off? It's very rare, I know it does happen, but in 2v2 it certainly does happen, so leaning more into a 2v2 side, I guess it would be very powerful. Alright, side jab combo 1. Removed hurtboxes on Garnet's hands and arms. This is our, you know, our good old trusty boy here, multi-hands, multi-punch, mini-punch, whatever you like to call it. Once again, this is beneficial. I can't complain that it's, you know, it's good that this is a thing now. You're no hurtbox on your hand reach there, but when I use it in practice, like, I don't want to say, oh, it hasn't changed anything, but damn near, it has not changed too much. I mean, this hitbox area is tiny. It's very, very, very small. It would stop you from getting, sorry, my voice, it would stop you from getting counter hit a bit for sure, but I can't just lie to you guys and say like, oh, this is completely changed everything and Garnet is now going to break the top 20 ranks. No. It's, once again, it will help you, let me know in the comments if you have avoided, you know, like seeing an exact scenario where like, wow, my hands were not punished because I was doing something. But once again, these are such minuscule, tiny buffs. These aren't the equivalent of like, one thing that I want to show, like, as far as like, oh, this was always a thing to me. This really made me feel like, oh, Garnet's not very good, because this would be a great buff. Like, instead of this needing to actually hit with your body parts, make it circular, because, not to be like weird or anything, but when you try to swing with someone in the crotch area with Garnet, it will miss. It will absolutely miss. It's like a buff to me would be like, hey, add a Steven Universe circle around this character when this is going on, and allow her to be able to actually hit with the crotch area that's not completely like vagina on top of their head type deal, or ass on top of their head. It just would be much stronger if this was a circle-based move. You know, I'm talking about things like that that really make the character much better in like the long run, because yeah, I think she needs like huge changes astronomically, not just like small things. And this taking like charge time as much as it does, maybe make it charge like a whole 0.5 seconds faster, stuff like that. I'm kind of rambling off into like other wish list buffs, but I'm just talking about things that I feel like would genuinely make a difference, and not just small hurt boxes and small other stuff that's not giving her a true technical mechanical advantage, or increasing her speed to make her less counter hittable and more active in the fight and quick like scraps and stuff. The final change was the up special, so increased movement upwards to make attacks more of a recovery and more powerful attack option. Yeah, so better up B, I guess. You just have, you know, you have better up B, and that's good. I rock with that. I will rock, like, this buff low-key, this is kind of the stuff I'm talking about. This is actually good, because this move, in a lot of scenarios, had this weird thing where you would press up B, and you would not, your momentum was super bad, and you would go, like, upwards, but it would, like, stutter, and people would inconsistently, like, they wouldn't take the momentum of your up B. It would just kind of like not trap them in your hands and cause a very light knockback attack, as if it was like a terrible, like a sour spot in Smash, if anyone knows what that is. And yeah, it's like, that was really bad. So this is absolutely better for sure. Can't really complain about this one. Yeah, it's just good. I mean, one of my favorite B&Bs to even do with Garnet these days. I know I'm not gonna land this, so I don't even know. Yeah, like that, I do like that combo, and that just helps you do damage. I don't know if that was 100% true there, but it can be made true, but that will just help you make something like that way more consistent than it ever was before. And yeah, that's like, that type of stuff is very minute in the Garnet game, very nuanced, that like, when they're making these buffs and nerfs, like, how good is the person who's the Garnet player, dev, whatever, who's making these changes, and do they know about my new Garnet things? And those are really the only things that matter, because at a base level, the character is made for 3-year-olds. It's very mash, hope you get results. Like, it's made to give to a little kid and watch them do this move and not get knocked out of it when it's in its ending frames. Like, these things are very obvious. Same with the down smash. Like, these are kid moves that are like made for babies for you to see like results with if people were absolutely terrible, and at a high level you can finesse them. So yeah, it does worry me a little bit. Like I said, I like the final buff, and I like the ideas that they're trying to make Garnet softly better, but she needs speed increases. These moves are slow, they don't land. I mean, I love a nice down air combo, don't get me wrong, man, I will do it, but overall, the character, I don't know, you know, like, yeah, she's not, you need a speed increase. That's what's gonna be the difference. And this might be weird to say, some moves weirdly don't do enough damage, like, that would make her great. Like, Steven's Universe Neutral Air does 10 damage, and Garnet, it does like 10 damage, like, uncharged. And Garnet fully charged, you see that it does like 9. Stuff like that is like, ooh, that's not good. Yeah, that's not very good stuff. And it's like, I didn't even realize this until recently. Like, it's not like, oh, well, 10 damage uncharged is a ton. Well, yeah, that's what makes a good S tier character. And when you're fighting against those characters, you only become relative and comparative. And if you don't have that and they do, and it's much faster, and can be used in like the same exact way, and it's just better and does more damage, and it kind of reminds me of like, it just feels like a Smash Melee all over again, where some characters are outright completely more destructive than others. It really does. But yeah, hate to sound like a doomer, but that is my opinion on the Garnet buffs. She is not all that great, and I don't even play her thinking that she's ever going to get better. I play her thinking more of in a fun way, that hey, I'm just going to do combos and enjoy Garnet for what she is and have a good time. I don't really like play her thinking like, oh, we need to make Garnet way better, because she's just kind of decent where she is, and in 2v2 she is a lot of fun. I have fun, like I said, doing combos with her. It's probably her most fun thing, because she actually is really good at that, and she's kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to say like, oh, she doesn't need changes, like, but I just have fun with her the way she is, and I don't look at her as a character that absolutely needs to be breaking the leaderboards or being better. She might just be a bad character, and if you really want to get wins, you know, like, play a really good character. You'll play, I mean, I play Gizmo seriously as like a better character, and Stripe as a better character, just other characters in general. I don't think she can ever be like tournament breaking amazing, but I think she's still fun. It's alright, that's my opinion on it. I definitely rambled on. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys get out there, get a couple wins with your better hitboxes and less hurtboxes. And alright, I will see you in the next one. Peace.